YouTube, Low Yard Gang, Combat Sports, and sports entertainment fans all over the globe. Welcome to another episode. We need to keep track of the episode numbers. But episode of We Talk Combat, so we talk all things combat sports and entertainment over here. Do us a huge favor if you could. You're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also hit the like button if you're a fan of around here. Hit the notification bell while you're at it so that you're always notified of when we drop this new. Sorry we were a little late today. I'm a little under the weather. I don't know if it's just me being a little sick, catching something, or if I'm maybe just a little hungry. But we'll figure that out after the show is done. But if you didn't already know, my name is King. I am 4.5s, I call it, of We Talk Combat. One of the hosts. I'm joined by my other co-hosts here. We have Queen first. How are you today, babe?
I'm excellent. I had a fun week. Got to see B.O.B. And we had a SNME. Or was it SNME? Either way, how are you doing?
SNME. I'm good, and you are not breaking up, so we appreciate you. Travis, how are you today, bro? How you feeling? No technical difficulties? Come on.
Doing pretty good, bro.
Hey,
I'm good. That's I'm pretty much in the clear, you know. Hold on. 4 letters, 1 word.
Stop it. BA, how are you today, bro?
I'm sorry. I'm good. I was not expecting that whatsoever. Jesus. I'm cool. I'm good to go.
It's what he should have said was 6 letters, 1 word. LA Knight jobber. Sorry, but let's get to, if you don't know how the show goes, we have highs and lows we normally go through, some wrestling tea if we have some of that, and lastly we get to the questions and comments if you guys have any. If you have anything you want to share about the event, Saturday Night Main Event, anything we're talking about, anything in particular, please comment to us in the comments with @WTC for We Talk Combat, so we know you're talking to us and not other folks, and we'll make sure to get to you by the end of the show. Respond to your comment, put it on the screen, and make sure to give you a response. I guess it's time to get to the highs and lows. Let's do it. All right, another week of WWE activity. We have Raw this week. Well, I feel like the highlight of, I guess, the night was this awkward exchange after Nikki Bella lost to, what was it? She lost to Roxanne Perez. And you had Stephanie Vaquer come out to assist her, and then Nikki Bella was destroyed and then just jumped up weirdly. You could see her in the back and the camera creeping, and it just got in the screen. But that's Raw. NXT as well. You had basically the whole night was Trick and Ricky established, and then they wanted the last man standing match. I actually enjoyed that part of the show. It's kind of a throwaway show, but I enjoyed that part. We'll talk about that more. SmackDown, didn't see TNA. Sorry again. SmackDown, you had Jade showing up in 2 different Halloween outfits and all, setting up her match with Tiffany and other things going on as well. And Saturday night main event happened this Saturday as well. And we had them go around the board. You had CM Punk becoming the new World Heavyweight Champion by defeating main event Jey Uso, as Travis talked about earlier. Dominic retained his Intercontinental Championship against Penta and Rusev. You had Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes retaining his WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre. And last but not least, Jade Cargill, this lady here, finally becoming the WWE Women's Champion by defeating Miss Tiffany Stratton. So shout out to Jade with that. We'll get to that overall. But first, let's go around the board, get your highs and lows of the week, and your overall letter grade. Before I do that, before I forget, if also do us another favor, follow us at We Talk Combat Clips, where I make sure to add all the condensed short versions of these shows. I do it all throughout the week. You'll see it as long as you're a member over there. Follow us over there. Help us get our follower count up over there. But other than that, babe, I got to give the floor to you. What were your highs and lows of this week's wrestling product or WWE product, and what was your overall letter grade?
Well, I'm already biased. My girl Jade, not only is she back, but she back and she kicking ass. She looked great. Like her outfits were awesome. So like I'll get to Saturday main event at the end. But as far as this week goes, so like I say every episode that is about before PLE, the episode of the weeks are all about, setting up for the PLE. So we got to see, Mello and he not looking too great right now. He's getting jobbed out. I'm hoping that they build up a nice storyline for him, but we're still debating, or not debating, we're still wondering whether or not Trick's going to get called up anytime soon, and maybe that'll have something to do with it. Um, let's see. As far as the women's stuff goes, there wasn't really any matches that really stood out for me during the week. There was a lot of storyline movement. So we had Nikki Bella, I guess, versus whoever will fight her, I suppose. I think they don't really know what to do with her right now. We don't really want her either. You're muted, King. But we don't really want her
I'm sorry.
either,
I
so
was
it doesn't
saying
really
Roxanne
matter.
Perez. I'm sorry, babe.
Yep, and Roxanne Perez. They looked funny. Says Nikki Bella was towering over Stephanie Vakir in a few pictures, and as well as over Roxanne Perez. Uh, right now, as I said, I think that they pushed Stephanie too soon. And giving her a championship, that now she's starting to get into like a stalemate as far as anytime we see her when she is not competing. On the other brands, well, on the other brand, anyways, we saw our Truth. He was dressed up like Santa Claus and was giving out some candy and stuff. And we had we had CM Punk and Jey Uso. They had their little back and forth, which I don't feel like they got good chemistry together, and that kind of showed on the Saturday Night's Main Event, to be honest. I understand that they're trying to kind of give Jay a direction of somewhere to go, because he's had a hot year. Like year, winning Royal Rumble and having some great matches, getting the belt. And then since then, he's lost the belt and gotten into some frays against his brother as well as against the MFTs. The MFTs, I like the face paint, as I said. And so now I feel like the whole look looked good because we were precursoring to Halloween for the weekend. Um, I didn't see any of the other shows. So I didn't see TNA or NXT, unfortunately. So I don't really have much to comment on that other than what I saw in the highlights was, Trick dropping, a cussy cuss word on the CW, which is kind of funny for him. Because right now we're trying to figure out what's going on with Trick Williams, or what's going to be going on with Trick Williams and Obafemi. Just to jump to Saturday's main event, though, because I actually did watch mostly all of it. My high, of course, was the Jade, even though the Jade match, even though I don't like that they, were putting out there, oh, Tiffany's knee is injured and all this, trying to make it kind of look like, well, because she's injured is why Jade won. But Jade looked great. She's whooping her ass. Like, she had some good spots there. I did actually feel like her and Tiffany had like some good chemistry. So it actually was a good looking match. I didn't notice any obvious botches, which, as I've said on many times, is that people bring up Jade's botches, and I feel like Tiffany botches just as much as Jade. But no, they looked really good. Um, yeah, Drew McIntyre, might as well call him Drew the Jobber now. Because there was that, man. I felt like Cody looked really, really, what's the word? Really performative,
Really, Cody?
but I didn't like that we got. Sorry, yeah, Cody. My issue was that a few times during the match, you saw the moves getting set up, like just like I showed King earlier, where the part where Drew's about to hit him off the rope, and then you see like the hesitation, and then Cody jumps. Like that was kind of the way that whole match went. It was kind of sloppy. This Saturday main event, I don't think was that good. Um, Even with the Penta and Rusev match, it died. I said it died. It was ended by disqualification. Like so that was. I guess it's been a while since we've had some disqualifications, but at the end of the day, that's all that Dom seems to be involved in. And
Was
the
it was
last
it was it
match,
DQ
and
Queen? I think Dom won.
yeah, I thought it was interference or DQ. I thought,
No, he did a
like, I thought
well,
that
it's
I
triple
think that
threat,
there.
so it shouldn't be DQ. It
No,
shouldn't be a DQ,
he
but
rang the bell. He fake
yeah,
rang
he
the
rang
bell.
the bell.
Rang the bell.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, he rang the bell. Yeah, he rang the bell. Sorry, I just remember that there was some bullshit that happened. Sorry. Yeah, so he rang the bell. Sorry.
You good?
Different
You good?
bullshit, different day. I guess I'll end with talking about the Jay and CM Punk match. Now, We were talking in the Discord, which quick plug, if you want to watch some of these PLEs or anything like that, we do show them in our Discord. We have information in the description about it. So if you're somebody that doesn't possibly want to procure the means to go watch these, you can come to us and watch them. But we were talking about in the Discord that Jay and CM Punk had terrible stamina. Like their match had terrible stamina between the both of them. But it looks worse on Jay because Jay is like 10 years younger than CM Punk. Like, so I don't really know what was going on with him, but I said a few months ago, and I don't even know if this is possibly true based on a lot of things that have happened, is I feel like I feel like Jay got injured in his ribs earlier this year. And I feel like they tried to make it kind of like a kayfabe injury, but I do really think he might have possibly got injured because since Royal Rumble, he constantly has issues where he'll be like twitching and grabbing his side, and then he keeps getting out of breath. So I wonder if he had some sort of injury there and that is just lingering because obviously we don't have a lot of time to put everybody on the back burner when everyone gets injured. And at the moment, he's one of our highest merchandising talent. So I would imagine that they probably wouldn't want to have taken Jay out. But at the same time, a lot of other people have gone out for injuries. So, as I said, that's just speculation. It could be wrong, it could be right, but I do feel like Jay's been kind of like looking out of shape and sloppy lately, as I said. And it looked like during the match, CM Punk was starting to get irritated with Jay. Like, kind of like, you fucking up. Like, get it together. Like, we supposed to put on this show. What's going on? Like, he put water on Jay. And as I said, it looked like a little bit of shade, just kind of like, well, come on, let's get it together. But as I said, both of them like they were out of stamina, so it was a rough match to watch. Like I wasn't pleased with it. And as I said, it was funny because Tiffany and Jade did have the best match of the night, and Jade was just injured like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. And they seemed like they had the most head in the game. The men actually let down this PLE, in my opinion. When I really thought that, if anything, I thought the Jay and CM Punk match would have looked better. But again, like I said, during the week when they had their showdown, it doesn't feel like they have like the best chemistry. And Jay just needs a lot of technical training, it looks like, because a lot of his moves weren't looking very good. There was a few times where he was setting up to do a move, but then it didn't happen. So then they had to like redo it. And that happened like a few times. Out of all the Saturday main events this year, I'm gonna say this is probably the second worst one. Because I think the first one was pretty bad, but I think this is the second worst one. And again, I'm sad because the Jade match was really great. So I'm probably going to give this week. Uh, hmm. I'm biased since it's Halloween week. I'm going to just give it a clean C. I almost gave it a C minus though, but I'll give it a clean C. And that's my opinion about the wrestling product this week.
All right, we have a C from Queen. Travis, was it get to you? Travis, was your overall, your highs and lows of this week, and your overall letter grade? You muted. I'll unmute you. Go ahead.
Okay, you can hear me. Okay, so basically what I was saying was this week of wrestling was basically the week of Jade for me, for real. But before we get into Jade, really, I want to talk about Raw a little bit. Nikki Bella, like Nikki Bella just needs to just go back away. I'm afraid that I'm going back to, I want to say last week or 2 weeks ago, where she had that backstage moment with Stephanie Valkyrie, and she was talking about your friends and your enemies and keeping them closer and all that stuff. Now I'm afraid that that is going to lead up to her eventually getting into a world title picture over Raquel Rodriguez, which is, I don't understand why, because Raquel been working her tail off to actually be in the title picture, to be somebody that can actually wear the title for right now. Um, I'd rather see also the LA Knight and Braun Breaker match. I know that probably had some like title things, implications with it. That probably didn't want to say it out loud or anything like that, but I would rather see Braun go for the title first than LA Knight, just so that you know, it could get him CM Punk to basically get some bodies underneath his title reign and all that stuff. But I would rather have him do it against Braun first, then LA Knight, so he can kind of retain the championship a little bit. What else?
That's
So NXT. But for NXT though, it was just basically trick, you know, the whole job in the curse word and everything like that. I understand that Ricky Saints probably gonna pull this off again in 2 weeks at was that the Gold Rush, the Gold Rush TV show. For SmackDown, I'm looking forward if it's going to lead to Tama Tonga getting into the U.S. title picture. Hey, I'm all for it. Like you know how much I like Tonga, bro. Ilya too, also, which I think he did had the best match on SmackDown this week. Ilya and Nathan Frazier. But also the MFTs. I'm thinking that at some point they gonna be the first War Games with the Wyatt family. I don't know what's going on with the Wyatt family, why they off of TV so long. I mean, they are your champions still. I would at least think they will at least be on the show, doing something at least. But this thing of being off of TV for a while, like we kind of talked about it yesterday, bro. With these champions just basically sitting around and not doing anything, you're just holding the gold, really. Saturday night's main event, though, I think Jay did a good job. She had the best match throughout the whole night. I did have a problem with the CM Punk. Well, not a big problem, but it was just like when Jay speared CM Punk through the barricade, and he was just able to, Jay tossed her back in the ring and set him up for the Uso splash. I didn't like how as soon as Jay got the top rope and Punk got his knees up, because that to me it feels like it deminimizes the spear. Because what about when Braun Breaker does it, or when Roman Reigns does it? Like, shouldn't that also be a way for somebody just to also pop up and be like, I could counter the spear, I can go ahead and do my thing, but they're not right. They're not Jey Uso.
I mean,
and also
they did it to Roman a few times too. Pause. It's a counter to the spear. It happens.
It happens, but I would rather have him like Jay hit the splash.
Yeah, I think what he's saying, BA, is that he hit the spear. So CM Punk got up within 10 seconds of him catching a spear outside, like because he put him back in the ring and then went for the splash.
Understood.
The two knees and then got right back up and whatever. It's like, ain't you hurt from the spear outside?
No, it's Jey Uso.
You just went through the barricade. And also, like before you say it, like I don't know if Punk don't work out enough because the first set of the go to sleeps when he tried to put Jay on his shoulders and it looked like his knees just gave out and they both just fell. But man, but this week of wrestling though, I wanted to give it at least a B because I've had like some, high expectations for it, but I gave it a C plus.
So a C plus. So we got a C and a C plus so far, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
What are your highs and lows this week, bro? And what's your overall letter grade?
Okay. We gotta start with Raw. I'm gonna just the tag match to end the match. When it came to the women, I'm gonna get back to that. When it comes to the women, I think the women showed out in that last match. Bayley, Lara, Charlotte, and Alexa, they performed very well. To me, that was an A type of a match between them. Definitely had you on your heels, didn't know what was going to happen, and all those things. So, and the way they finished the match was spectacular. So, I just wanted to get in their own shine. But when it comes to later, the opening of the show, I didn't like the promo between CM Punk and Jay. I think Jay had something scripted ready. I think Punk went a little off script because he actually was kind of bigging him up throughout the intro, and then Jay kind of took it like, "Oh, I know what you do. You put these people against me." He didn't do that. He never said anything towards that. That was just Jay having something scripted, and he couldn't kind of go with the moment, that kind of a thing, and that bothers me. Jay's been bothering me as of late, and it just continued into Saturday. I think Jay's done as being champion. The guy, let's say that. He has his brother, and I think he needs to take advantage of what the lack of tag team threats on Raw. So I think he needs to take advantage of that, and he can still be a champion. I just don't want him to be the Raw's brand of champion. I think he's done. But besides that, like I said, anything that Rusev does now, like I said, I wish it was somebody else, but Rusev has came back as being, a legitimate power threat, as much as you can be. Penta is Penta, and then Dom is just spectacular. So I like the fact that they're interacting with each other. Dom continues to get the win, so eventually he's going to put them behind them, pause. But at the end of the day, it provides entertaining TV, and I just want to be entertained sometimes. Now to this picture, right? We got Roxanne, and then we got it was Roxanne against Nikki. Okay. Nikki's a jobber. We're just gonna call it what it is. So I know y'all don't want to see her, but I want to see her because she needs to lose. She doesn't need to put anybody, like, she doesn't need to go over anybody. She just needs, you sign a contract, you getting your money. We don't need you to win. We just need you to get some L's, and so we can promote other talent. So she can keep doing that. But what she cannot do is what you see right here in this picture. We don't need you to interfere with the future promotions. That's what we don't need. We don't need you to pop up and be the person, mess up the picture between Kobe and LeBron in the All-Star game and Drake come out of nowhere.
About to say, you gonna say Drake? Yep.
Sit down. We don't need you to be. We don't need you to be Drake right here. So that bothers me. But besides that, it is what it is. Shout out to JD and Madonna. Shout out to JD because him and Sheamus put on a great match as well. So the lower tier people that you're probably not expecting, they had great matches. JD had a phenomenal. JD showed me some things when he actually fought Sheamus, to the point where as though he might need to look away from Finn Balor, and do his own solo thing. I'm not saying champion, nothing like that, but he can fight. I was surprised to see some of the things from JD in that match. So that was Raw in a nutshell for me. NXT was cool, but it was one big issue with NXT. I'll get to that next. Shout out to Trick, man. Trick is his star appeal is just crazy right now. You would think that he's a champion, although he's telling you that I need a championship. You would think that it's him. It still revolves around him. That was the Roman Reigns effect that we had for quite some time, even without Roman. That everything still revolved around him in a sense. Ricky's a champion, and he's the one that's coming out like, hey, you don't say that, and it's already been said. When Trick went down his list of accomplishments to the point where you might have to Google something. Let me YouTube. Oh yeah, he did do that. Oh yeah. So he gave you a y'all must have forgot moment. Shout out to Roy Jones. So that was definitely entertaining, and I like that throughout the match. I like the fact that it kept going throughout the show. That was cool. Even it made Taxum and Lola Vice match a no contest. I don't want to see the winner of that because you got one that's the champion and one's supposed to be going for the champ. You don't want Lola to get too many L's. You're supposed to be going for the championship, if not getting promoted. So that's that. My main issue was the Evolved champion. I don't even know this girl's name, and going against what's my girl, Lash Legend. This is problematic. If you're telling me that you're trying to promote NXT to a higher level, to the point where, like I said, I think you said it, the fact that it could be the third brand, as in not 1A, 1B, 1C, not 1, 2, 3, it's 1A, 1B, 1C. If that's where they're going with it, and you're saying that more talent is going to spend time in Evolve because you're trying to now promote Evolve as being the hub of developmental. So you got the WWE ID, you got the WWE Performance Center, you got other stuff all kind of combining into Evolve. Okay, it's a pause, but I still give you okay. If you're not telling me that that's not it, then there's no reason Lash should lose this match. Unless Shorty's going straight to the main roster right now, no reason Lash should have lost this match, and she did. Clean. So I have issues with that, and to me, the whole show took 3 steps down because they did that. Sean, don't do that. Come on, you was doing just fine. You was doing okay. Let's not go that route. Let's not have one of your people that you made up take this L. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's clearly to show that I'm not watching anything TNA if Trick ain't on it. So they need to do something about that. It's just I don't. Mike Santana was never it for me. To me, he's a glorified tag guy. Shout out to Jay. That's making his own way, and it's just not. I'm just not buying it right now. So I'm gonna have to sit down and watch some TNA to kind of get back with the Mike Santana train because he is their champion. But I can't tell you one promo he did since he started talking to Trick. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But that might be my fault. So I'm still gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm gonna check back in, especially this Thursday. I'm gonna check back in. With that's SmackDown next, right? And shout out to Mello. Him and the Miz is still having this feud. He beat the guy that he was about to beat, but I thought they was gonna have him lose because he got the Miz did his move on him. I said, they about to get Mello another loss, but he ended up winning. So shout out to that. You gotta take what you can get when it comes to Mello. Jade, I don't know whether Jade was coming in as the Punisher. They had her coming in as the Punisher, and then she switched to Catwoman. But then I saw her on Saturday, and she had the Punisher outfit walking to the arena. So I don't know whether they just filmed the same thing twice by mistake or something. I'm not sure. But to me, I'm gonna put some story behind this and say the original one that you saw on SmackDown, that wasn't it. That was taped for Saturday night. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you know the fit that she got, right, the Catwoman outfit, if you remember Batman Returns, that was the death of one person and come out the next person. So she comes out of this as the Catwoman that you see, and then she amplifies it and comes in as the Punisher because she's about to take some names down moving forward to anybody that did her wrong in her past. She's on that whole vibe, and hopefully she put that much thought into it, and I'm not just being geeked out from it. But I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that's what she meant by it because she's saying out with the old, in with the new, and I'm totally new than what I was before. I'm much better than I was before. And anybody that wronged me, I'm coming for you, Paul. So I'm gonna go with that. So I enjoyed every segment of that. I enjoyed every part of her dominance, including the Saturday. I like the MFTs right now. I think they're doing a good service right now. To what Travis and King and what y'all was talking about, where the hell is the Y6? I've been saying they are the champions for one reason and one reason only, to usher you into Halloween. SmackDown was on Friday. Friday was Halloween, the 31st. If I didn't care, they only got one purpose, and that's to be ominous and to be spooky and all this other stuff. This was the one day y'all was supposed to have a clear reign of dominance, and I would have been like, hey, it's Halloween, guys. Nobody showed up. I'm like, yo, I don't care what's going on behind the scenes. I don't care if they got issues. I don't care. Somebody from that group was supposed to make the name for themselves on Friday, and they were nowhere to be found. That is a complete utter L for me. That's trash. I don't understand booking. I don't understand none of that if they didn't show up on Halloween. These guys on Halloween. I don't get it. But the MFTs came out and they dominated.
Opening.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate Tama holding that U.S. title because I don't care who the U.S. title is now. What's in the Iliad? I don't care. If his move is the damn forearm, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Trav, I heard that's your boy. I'm sorry. You be picking the wrong people sometimes. The forearm is not going to work for me. I'm sorry.
No, y'all cheering for the wrong people.
And then on top of that, he botched. He almost took out homeboy from the top rope, and he botched that suplex he kind of did. I mean, I surprised homeboy finished the match. So shout out to him. Yeah. So if Tama want to go for that U.S. title, I'm all for it. Shout out to Tama. And that's and then the contract signing. The contract signing is going to lead into Saturday, guys, and just stay with me. They are shout out to the extra ripple that they put in the stipulation. I love it. I love when you try to change some things up. Drew sat there and said, "I'm not fighting until you change the rules up," because in a way when you listen to him, like I get it, it makes sense. Go ahead on, and then Cody was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, let's rock out." Bet set match. Let's move it to Saturday. We are now in this match. It opens everything up, right? And we here. We are in it right now. Pause. So they go back and forth, and it's the count out. The count out based off what the stipulation was made the count out kind of like okay, I'm actually invested because of the count out. So I wouldn't have been because you like Cody gonna get in. You already knew Cody was gonna make the count, but it made it interesting. Cool. They're just doing things to make it interesting. I'm all board with that. And then the way it ended. I'm sorry, Nick was there because he had a segment with somebody else backstage. So Nick was there. I'm like, yo, all you needed was for Cody to have the belt in his hand and for Drew to either be knocked out or fake like he knocked out. Shout out to Eddie Guerrero at Dom. And then the referee would ring the bell. Like, oh, you hit him, ring the bell. And then Nick come out saying, wait, let's look at the tape and do all. I was ready for that bit. We all seen it before. I was ready for it because it applies here. It didn't. He did a DDT on the belt and then did his move, and that's it. That's how you end it. Come on, man. This stuff can write itself sometimes, and you chose to go that route. That's an L for me. Shout out to the triple threat match, Dom and Penta and Rusev. My man Dom ringing that bell, and we was on Discord. Shout out to the fans. Y'all can go check the Discord out. It's there. We show everything, right? We show almost all the events that come through. We was in there, and I joined the stage, and you can hear the jubilation in my voice when I was like, "Is that Dom ringing the bell?" Classic move. He's finding ways to win, which we know that's his thing. That's his stick. That's what he does. But he's highly entertaining while he's doing it. And that was just another segment of it. I thought the match was over at first. It caught me. I was like, hold up. Referee and raised his hand. I immediately snapped out of it. But it was still just Dom said, before you tap out, homeboy, let me go ahead and ring this bell. Shout out to Dom. He won the match. That's entertaining. Rusev still dominated. And Penta still did whatever the hell Penta do. I'm going to leave today's match for last. Jay and CM Punk, Queen did a great job of just saying how out of sync they were together. And this goes with that whole Jay thing earlier. They keep laying seeds about his conditioning. And I don't know, people throwing around some stuff. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna give him that because he's still a POC. So I'm gonna give him that. But at the end of the day, bro, somebody gotta do something. And CM Punk, now if it turned out it's CM Punk more than Jay, I got completely lose all respect for CM Punk. But when he threw water at him, that showed me like he's trying to tell him to wake up some kind of way, get it together some kind of way, because he needs him. You got.
It was after that neck breaker, bro. You can see when he botched the neck breaker, and CM Punk got into a move like, bro, what the hell are we doing? I'm the best in the world. We compete for the championship. Yeah, like, let's go.
Correct. It's Jay. This is it for Jay for me. That's why I said in the for the Raw segment, I'm done with him. Like I'm done. It continued on to this. Now he can still be around. He's still entertaining, but he's just not as entertaining as his brother. It's just it is what it is. His brother's more entertaining than him. It's just Jay got the yeet movement. He caught it. It could have been just as simple as Jimmy getting that same movement. It could have been him, and we've been yeeting for Jimmy. So it is what it is. That match was trash for me. The ending trash. Like it was just a trash match. Shout out to Jay. You won't hear this too many times because they won't give you an opportunity to hear this that many times. But Jay saved this whole show. Jay saved the show with her dominance. And King, I'm gonna let you get some shine on this one. So I'm gonna wrap. I'm gonna make it short. And the main thing I was saying on the Discord, and I'll repeat it today: the fact that this crowd was cheering for the bloodlust of dominance that Jay was performing is all I needed to see. You can have somebody dominate all you want to, and then the crowd just be silent. Either they're shocked or they're just not buying it, which means boos are going to come right after it. There was no boos. We are in Utah. Utah is known for certain things in Utah. Utah is not Baltimore. Let's just call it what it is. I know city and state. I'm just saying they're different. Okay. All I'm saying is wherever they was at, they was cheering for this black woman, this dominance of a woman to continue to dominate Tiffany Stratton, to dominate her. So it happened. We all shared the moment. It was beautiful to see. She's taking names, she's taking people out, and this is just the start of her hit list all together. And I ain't mean to be so long with it. I try to run through as fast as I could. All together, this gets a D plus pause because it could have been so much better. And I every segment I said, I showed you I told you how I could have got better. They failed every show. They failed for me. So I can't keep giving you credit for things that you said. I was entertained, but you could have did so much better with what was actually given to us, and it was right there. So D plus.
So we got a C minus, a C, and a D plus. Okay. I'm gonna give the show. Man, yeah, you made me change my opinion getting away at listening to you. I was gonna go C, but I'm thinking, damn, should I go lower than that? I'm gonna go C minus, like Queen did, and I'll tell you why. Raw was trash. SmackDown was okay. Raw was trash. I felt like I didn't like Raw at all. I wasn't a fan of. I don't know what's going on with Raw, bro. Like maybe I'm waiting for Trick to come save Raw or whatever. But like Raw right now, it seemed like when one show doing a little better, the other show just takes a hike, and it's like, bro, this is what is going on right now with Raw. But yeah, I'm not entertained with Raw at all right now. I think it's trash. I want Raquel Rodriguez to win the championship, like we said earlier about Stephanie Vacquier. It was great that she won it. I don't think she should have won the match against Tiffany because now you had Tiffany losing 2 in a row, which leads to SmackDown to end in Saturday main event. But I think Raquel should be the one to take the championship off her. I don't think Stephanie needs to have a long championship reign either because this is the first one, so she can win multiple, like more and all that. And she's new, so it's like I kind of took the world by storm. I can lose and still learn more. That should be the way she should fight. This could be a good rivalry. I don't know. Nikki Bella need to retire again. Bro, I'm not a Nikki Bella fan in general. Like I don't see it like she doesn't like. I'm not looking at it like, oh my God, she's the most beautiful woman in the world. I don't look at it like, oh my God, she's the best in-ring performer in the world. I don't look at her anything. I just think she's awkward and weird. And I don't like, she's a lady that should not be wrestling that's in the crowd. And like, what are you doing here? That's how I always felt when I see Nikki Bella and the Bella Twins. Like, what are you doing here? You don't like this. You can still always tell the Nikki Bella and them that we're not wrestling fans growing up. And it is what it is. I cannot stand her being here. I never liked her character. I never understood why people liked her, but when little girls and all that stuff loved her. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So that's her reason to be in there. I hope she's not in the title picture. She can retire again, and I think nothing would change. I think that's perfectly fine. Moving on, NXT. NXT was a throwaway show. They were going against the World Series, obviously. You could tell it was just the Trick Williams and Ricky Saints thing. They were like going in just in segments with you guys fighting instead of a last man standing match, just bad blood and all that. I thought that was cool. Like I said, the rest of the event was kind of a throwaway. BA said Lash and them losing, that's crazy. I don't know what's going on with that, but this was all, like I said, I think it was just the Trick Williams and Ricky Saints thing to end to build up their feud again, to say, hey, we're going to wrestle again in 2 weeks, one more time for a last man standing match. Just be an awesome match. Let's get Trick out of here, man. Like, for real. Let's let him lose again. Let's get him out of. You can't keep having him take L's, though, and all that stuff. And then, you feel me? Like, get him out of there. This is it. I know they're trying to wait because they have nothing probably for them to do, and they want to wait towards the new year. I talked to BA about that as well. Like, usually you get your little vacation off, and then you come back either during the draft or Royal Rumble or something like that. So I think it's getting close to that point where they're going to be gone. Oba is officially gone, I think, now. You don't see him anymore, even talked about anymore. So that was my thing with NXT. I was fine with that. Like I said, it was a throwaway show. SmackDown, like you guys said, MFT, man. I know Bobby Monsoon. Shout out to Bobby. He hates him. I'm loving MFT. Like, it's certain things that changes around a character, like a certain moments that change around a character or a stable or something like that. I think this whole face paint and all that stuff, this has changed them. Like, they're now looking more vicious. You got Tama Tonga returning with like even more size on him, paws, and the paint and all that. Like, he's looking more intimidating. He was I don't want to say he was a sideshow character at first with the yee and all that stuff like that, but it kind of was the way. Now he's looking more menacing in a way while he's doing it and all. Like, it looks like Solo has a bunch of guys around him that's willing to whip ass for him, as he's the one that doesn't have face paint on. He looks like a godfather now, for real, with his hitmen beside him. So I'm digging them. They becoming a stable of SmackDown. Jade with this whole look, and Tiffany trying to run at her and all. She's just looking at her like, what are you doing? Like, you wish. But I thought that was cool. Like, SmackDown right now, okay, it's a decent show, mellow and all. Like, SmackDown, it's fine right now. Like, other than Cody Rhodes. Like the champion isn't needed. I keep talking about that, bro. We go at some point, everybody gonna get to that point of realizing that Cody Rhodes is not needed to be a champion, and that's some type of weird thing where he's just a champion because you're holding the belt for hostage or whatever. Like you can put that man in the mid-card level. He can fight without the championship. All that stuff can happen. You don't have to have that man holding on to the championship for ransom. But that's my thing with SmackDown. Like I said, it probably was one of the better shows of the week. I'm gonna go here with Saturday Night Main Event. I don't think it was that bad. And I'm going based off of Saturday Night Main Event's standards. I think Saturday Night Main Event is trash. This show usually is a house show. You know exactly what's going to happen. There's no difference. There's nothing. It's like if I missed every Saturday Night Main Event, nothing would change. Like usually there's nothing that changes. With this one though, a couple things. One, like you said, the triple threat match, I didn't have a problem with that. I knew the title was going to stay with the same guy, whatever Dom was going to win that. That's fine. CM Punk and Jey Uso, that was one of CM Punk's worst matches I've ever seen. And, like you say, CM Punk goes and likes to call himself the best in the world and all that stuff. That was one of his worst matches. Jey Uso conditioner, he needs to stop smoking whatever he's doing, bro. He is trash. I know he sells merchandise and he's a part of that family, so he's there. Like, nothing's going to happen to him. But, bro, and they told him about his body. He's been trying to change a little bit and all. Some weeks he looks okay, and then he changes back and all. Like, you don't know, but Jey Uso needs to be in the mid-carder and all that. His promo is trash. Like, really, other than Yeet, as a solo artist, a solo performer, he's trash. Other than Yeet, like you take away Yeet, his matches aren't good. You take away Yeet, his promos aren't good. Like he's in the ring looking like, bro, do you know what you want to say? I don't know. And I was happy that he won because I've been part of that Jay story when he's part of the Usos and all, seeing him come out and do Haka and all that stuff. And so I'm like, oh, that's awesome that he finally went from a twin to being a champion. But as I told y'all when he won it, he could won it for one day or a minute and then lost it. I've been perfectly fine. It was just a moment of him having that. For him to still be a championship level guy to make it a championship and Kofi Kingston is done, that just makes me feel a certain way because, bro, Kofi's better than Jey Uso, excluding the Yeet. So, yeah, bro, like Jey Uso, the more they're pushing him, the more they're making his character worse. I think they're going to turn certain fan base on him by pushing him more. He's fine being an IC champion now, whatever. He's done it. Like put him back with Jimmy. He's not Roman Reigns. He's nowhere near Roman. That he just yeets. His aura isn't the same. He's usually out there looking like he don't know when he's looking around. I'm not trying to be mean, but like when he's standing there, he's looking with the mic and all when they talking to him, like making faces in it, and you're like, bro, what the hell are you doing? It's cringy. He's cringy. That's what it gets down to. He's out there fighting with golds in his mouth, getting them slapped out of his mouth and all that stuff. Like it's cringy. It's not a mouthpiece or nothing. I don't know what it is. Like they saw the little moves he does when he does a little neck thing. Trash. What is that? When he's in your face doing this, and all that stuff. Like what are you doing, bro? Like it's just weird. So I don't get him. But other than them, I thought they had the worst match of the night. Every other match was fine. Cody, I knew the outcome. I wish it didn't happen. Drew McIntyre, you just took time away. You need to take more time away, bro. They're destroying your character. I don't know what to do with you. I don't even know how somebody can lose to you that's on the upper, like the main event level, because right now you lose all the time. Like that would hurt them to lose to Drew McIntyre because he loses everything now. So that's that. Cody still won. I don't know what they plan on doing with Cody championship. I guess the Jacob Fatu. I guess Fatu will take the championship. I'm not gonna like that either, but we'll get to that when that happens or whatever. But like we said, the star of or the shining light of this week, just in general, Jade Cargill, man. Jade Cargill finally, and in one night, I've talked about Triple H and all these guys like booking Jade the right way, and it's like, why do you book Jade to look like a loser? That's not the way you book Jade. And in one night, they booked Jade the way they're supposed to. I didn't like the little caveat with Tiffany Stratton, her knee hurt, and all that stuff happened. That's fine. I hated that. But when the match happened, Tiffany beat the hell out of Tiffany Stratton. And I'm going to say it to even this point. I think BA talked about it too. I've never seen in wrestling, in professional wrestling, I don't think, a black lady beat the hell out of a white lady the way I just watched with Jade Cargill. And not only just beat the hell out of her like that, but like also like a high level main event white lady as well was just destroyed. It was like a Brock Lesnar type moment for Jade, if that makes sense. Like Jade was out there looking like Brock. She destroyed Tiffany like she was John Cena. That's how it felt right there watching. I'm like, bro, she beat the hell out of her. And that made perfect sense. It was a perfect way to book her because, as I always said, book her like a China or something. Why? It should be difficult to put a move on Jade Cargill. She is an anomaly. She is amazing, astonishing. Like she should be your attraction. Like
She's
she
a
has
peak
the belt.
specimen.
Yeah, like she's the peak specimen. It should be her with the belt, showing her off, and everybody else trying to be her because you don't look like me, you can't move like me, you're not as strong as me. Let me just be strong. And yesterday they showcased her abilities, her strengths. She was power bombing the hell out of the ladies. She was throwing her around. She's a strong lady that's athletic. Let her move, throw people around, and not take bumps. Why is she taking hella bumps?
I would like her
Andre
to
the
see her
Giant
in a
don't take
match
hella
with some
bumps.
men, actually.
China didn't take hella bumps. You feel me? China didn't take hella bumps. Andre the Giant didn't take hella bumps. You don't have your special people taking hella bumps. The Undertaker didn't take hella bumps. You feel me? Because he's an attraction. You don't have those guys doing that because they're supposed to be the ones throwing out the bumps. It's supposed to be I can come out there for a 5-second match, Goldberg. I can give you a 5-second match, but you're going to cheer for me because you're able to see me for 5 seconds. My entrance, my look, and all that stuff is enough where you're like, man, this is amazing. And Triple H was trying to book her as a Daniel Bryan. She's not Daniel Bryan. Sorry, that's not her. So I was happy with that. Congratulations to Jade, man. I hope she has a long, dominant championship. I don't know. I hate when we get to this point because every point we got to think about the next point, and it's like, damn, Jade got the championship now. Is he going to actually book her as a champion, right? He just gave Tiffany a long, dumbass championship reign that didn't make sense, so it didn't matter. Is he going to book Jade right now and give her a reign, or is she going to lose at the next one, even though she just won the Saturday night main event? Nobody wins the title with Saturday main event, and that's fine. She won hers there. I'm okay with it. You get what you give or whatever. Like, it is what it is.
She shouldn't lose unless it's a triple threat match or something crazy. She shouldn't be taking no pinfalls for a while.
Or it should be like a Mania or a SummerSlam where somebody beats her one-on-one with. So Royal Rumble and you do it, a build up to that type of match where something happens and somebody their moment is beating Jade Cargill, if that makes sense. That should be your moment, beating Jade Cargill, because she's that much of a beast. But that's my overall take on the show. I don't want to go too long. I'm gonna give it, like I said, I'm gonna give it a C-. I was trying to give it a C+ or a C. I'm gonna give it a C- though. I thought it could have been way better. Had entertaining moments. Like I said, Trick was entertaining for NXT. He helped the showdown with Ricky. That was fine enough. It wasn't the greatest show, but that was entertaining. SmackDown was entertaining. Jade did her thing on Saturday Night Main Event. The only show that I really hated and I could never watch anything from it again is Raw. Raw was complete trash. So I'm gonna go with that. That's my overall letter grade. And we can go with that. But Travis, before we move on from these highs and lows, bro, I got a question.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Mm-hmm. What were the highs and lows brought to the good people by?
By the homies at Fanatics.
Yes, sir. This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem them in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description. Yeah, help us out on Fanatics. If you have interest in buying WWE merchandise, please go to Fanatics. There's no extra charge. You just help the channel out by using our link. We appreciate y'all. This is where we normally give you a wrestling tea, but if you want a wrestling tea, join us on Playback. Thank you to our friends over at Playback for this segment. Pause. If you're tired of the national media and the annoying ways they sometimes cover sports and other events, give the Glow Sun Production channel on Playback a try. We cover new and old school basketball, wrestling, and geek culture. And just recently, we've added boxing, mixed martial arts, anime, and even video gaming. So if you have time in your busy day, give our channel on Playback a look and check out some of our replays while you're at it. Another special shout out to our favorite at Playback. Back to the show. Follow us on Playback, y'all, if you're into any type of stuff, anime, basketball, football, even sometimes. Wrestling, all the AAA events, we show them on Playback. So follow us over there, y'all. We love it. Telling you, if you're one to love wrestling, you love a community, you love like a group atmosphere, like a Buffalo Wild Wings with like a game going on, come to the Discord, y'all. You would love it. We in there partying, we're talking trash, we're having fun. It's that type of group of activity. So come on over to the Discord, Playback, enjoy yourself. But let's see if we got any questions or comments. Oops, I'm sorry. Sorry, y'all.
Sponsored by True Classic.
Always wanted to try True Classic, but hate shopping online? Keep watching. You've probably seen our ads online. Look, I get it, you're skeptical. I mean, is everything we sell really as soft and well-fitting as we say it is? If you need to try us before you buy us, True Classic now has stores nationwide. Visit one of these stores and you can fit, feel, and outfit a bunch of our customer favorites. So don't wait for shipping or worry about how much to spend. Visit one of our retail stores today and see the True Classic difference for yourself.
All right. Special shout out to True Classics and our guy DDP. There are no questions or comments today. I know we had a weird show today, guys. I'm sorry again. I was a little under the weather. But other than that, y'all, appreciate y'all for joining us for the show today. Another great show. A shorter show. I know we didn't have much to talk about. Talked about pay-per-view and all that stuff.
Congrats to DDP for coming back to making content.
Yeah, congrats
He's been
to DDP
gone for a
coming back
second.
with the Mavs and all. He's been gone for a while. We appreciate everybody. Do us a favor. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button near Justin's or BA's, left shoulder down there. Also hit the like button hit the like button while you're at it, and hit the notification bell if you ever want to be notified. But don't like Ricky Saints. How you like Ilya Dragunov, man? Like I'm still trying. Ilya Dragunov, man.
Yes, Ilya Dragunov.
That's enough. But all right, also do us a huge favor and follow us on our other shows. I think we talked about it a little bit earlier. Follow BA, Rel, Big J, and Will on Cuz We Geek, where they talk about all things geek culture and movies and television. They have shows Tuesday evenings and also Saturday mornings. Follow my guy BA as well with the 695 crew, Larry and Calvin, on Get Off the Damn Fence, where they talk about everything as far as in pop culture, but mainly sports. They have shows Wednesday evenings. Also follow myself and Rel on Cap and Crown, where we talk about all things new school and old school basketball. We have actually basketball viewings and playback every day. So go over there. I think we have a game today. This evening I got a show. But every day we have a game we show over there for the season. We then do post-game shows on Mondays, Wednesdays, and sometimes Fridays for members as well. And open shows where members are able to join us on the stage and talk as well. Help us get to our subscriber goals on all those channels for us, y'all. Follow everybody on their socials. We got our socials under our names here. Look in the description. We have all of our socials for the channel there as well. Queen's GoFundMe is there as well if you're interested in helping out Queen or myself. It's my family, I should say, as far as her cancer journey. She's in the last, 2 weeks of her radiation, a little less than 2 weeks. So she'll be ringing that bell soon if you want to help us out with there. Other than that, y'all, this is We Talk Combats again, where we talk all things combat sports and sports entertainment. We are the best, the brightest, and the blackest combat sports YouTube show out there. We appreciate you guys always. We'll be back next week. Same combat sports time, same combat sports channel. I see you, Queen. Right. So I'm like, somebody write something in the comment, but that's her. We appreciate everybody for watching as always, y'all. And we out, man. Oh, also, if you're watching the show on the rerun, leave us a comment, leave us a question. We will comment back to you. We are real people. We aren't robots. We swear. Shout out to AI, no Terminator. We out.